Keep that guy going. Well, it's a damn washout. Ugh. Goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. The only thing keeping me warm is this coffee. The only thing. So this has been kind of a bummer of a week, to be honest. The weather has, it's not ideal, and it's not this. I mean, this weather is not uncommon for this time of year, but I would say the longevity of this weather, it's been really, really long, like 2-3 weeks now. Anyways, I'm gonna check out right here. I'm in the go inside here in a second. Well, this is what I do most of the morning, is watch YouTube videos, fart around with the cat. Just lately been drinking coffee a lot more than usual. I always drink coffee, but lately I've been drinking like 2 or 3 cups. So other than that, on my downtime, I'll play some old school video games. Got the hybrid console with the original Nintendo Mario in there. The Duck Hunt in there. That's, well, we got a Wii, and I've got some other games, but I'm a huge gamer, to be honest. Not big on it. I've had consoles and traded them or sold them or Well, I thought today was going to be a little bit more exciting. Most exciting thing that happened to me today was I got to go and get a, a brulee latte, Starbucks brulee. So I don't, the caramel and salt and espresso. It's good. I'm not much for like going to Starbucks and getting a drink usually, but I've been buying the beans from there for a while, and once in a while I'll get something, or if I get a gift card, or if I'm with some people. But it's hard, waking up every day and getting your coffee situation up to par, up to the way you want it. I spent so many months going into gas stations in the morning and, was rushing my morning schedule, my morning routine, non-existent. But, so I'd get in my truck and I'm driving, late to work and gotta have my coffee. So swing into a Circle K and get my coffee. And over the years, or over the months, it did turn into years, but over that period, I started to notice, like, my own personal coffee pot got pretty nasty after just, like, a month. And I'm thinking, like, how many pots a day are these things brewing? And then, not only that, but nothing against you if you work at Circle K, but who's to say that they're cleaning them out right? And that mildew stuff that I see in mine that I don't want to drink isn't in theirs. And I'll go to some if I know that it's clean, or like they do the ones with the automated machine where it crushes the beans right there in front of you. Yeah, I mean, okay. But still, for the most part, I would rather have, control over my coffee situation. And that's just what I call it. It's kind of dumb. Makes it sound more serious than it is. But And people joke and jab or whatever. You know, at my old job, people would say, "Oh, did Blake make the coffee? You might as well just throw it out," you know. And it's like, because I made it proper, and you're used to water, basically, you know, like dirty looking water. No, I mean, I try to educate people anytime I can, and you know, I spend a lot of time behind the coffee bar, so I know what good coffee is and what a good barista is at that. And there's a lot of great baristas out there, but there's also a lot of terrible baristas out there. And I've seen, it's about 50-50 right now, but regardless, you know, not knocking anything. I love coffee. I love Starbucks. I love Caribou Coffee. I love, what is it, Port City Java. I worked there for a little stint. Summit in Davidson, North Carolina. That's an excellent coffee shop. There's too many to name off the top of my head, but you get the point. You know, I like coffee. So anyways, back to the story. Like a couple months ago, I had gotten as a gift some coffee from a family member who had visited Puerto Rico, and we are friends of a coffee farmer there who generously gave us 5 pounds of his Golden Select coffee, and I was able to retrieve a pound of that. And I milked it, but it was so delicious. I couldn't pass it up. Every time, every opportunity, every afternoon, you could have coffee. I did have coffee, and every morning for sure. But, you know, it went away quick, so I had to figure out another method. And, you know, just the stuff that I was getting in the grocery stores, it was okay. But to me, it all kind of tasted the same. No matter how high quality or low quality or name brand or trusted brand. I mean, I was chock full of nuts for years. I was Cafe Bustelo for years. But getting off all of that and grinding my own beans at least has shown me what the beans look like before I get them, and that helps. So in that regard, I go to Starbucks, and you know, I'd say once a quarter, so once every 4 months, I'll go and I'll stock up on whatever select they have at the time. Last time they had Casa Cielo, which is their Guatemalan Antiguan roast, which I care for greatly. I worked there when it was released, and I used to get 5 or 6 pounds of it when it came out because it's a seasonal. You know, it's only around for about the month of October, maybe the first week in November before it's gone. And even if it doesn't sell out, they pull it off the shelves. So if you can find it, you better let me know. But and then after that, of course, you got your Christmas, your Thanksgiving blends, and then I think they even do a New Year's blend now. By God, they've cashed in on everything. But their coffee's good, and those are traditional roasts, ones that, you know, if you've used Starbucks coffee before in the past, it's nostalgic. You know, I mean, it really is. It hasn't changed over the years. They've added new things, and you can buy the more expensive aged Sumatra, but they also just have the regular old Christmas blend. This year I went a little different and got the espresso roast with aged Sumatra. But it's good. It's strong. It's definitely a dark roast. I gave some to my fiance, and she was like, "It's good." And I could see that look of like, "It's strong." And I was like, "It is." But anyways, that's about that. I'm kind of just chilling here. I got some stuff downloading upstairs on the computer. Thought this was a cool angle. I don't know. What do I know? But sorry to be so boring. I haven't been in work this past few days, and I have had a creative itch, and this is just a way for me to release some of that. Big news. I don't think I told anyone. I definitely didn't tell you. Back in October, we went and saw the lovely, the one, the only, I don't even know if you can see that. It's Bill Murray. he did a 3.5 hour set in downtown Charlotte, and my fiance and I went, and it was awesome. It was really great. It was a birthday gift for me, and I had tons of fun, tons of laughs. Probably even came close to crying a little bit. That guy's got a lot of depth, a lot of range. And then the next night, literally, we went and saw Florence and the Machine. That was who she wanted to see. So that was a surprisingly amazing concert as well. I had never really been a Florence fan. Just previous encounters with her music was never like, that's something I'm into. So over the last 3-4 years, as the fiancés played it, her music's actually progressed. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I just mean that in a mature way. It's matured. And she'll even say that, I've read in interviews. But this last album, it really is like, it's some type of like Odyssey masterpiece type work. And it's much to be appreciated. And, to get to see her live and perform it with complete vibrato and just, like a damn gymnast. Running all over the stage, leaping, jumping, bouncing. Just twirl. It was a show. It was a true show, and she's a true entertainer, and I have to give her props as a young woman, 33 or 34 years old, man. That really blew my mind. And I'm like one of the only guys, sitting around. There's a ton of teenage girls and stuff, but man, I just totally enjoyed that. It was really cool. But even bigger, hey news, we're going to see Gregory Alan Isakov, who is my all-time favorite. Like, we're talking, if I had 5 artists that I had to pick to listen to for the rest of my life, Gregory Allen would be number 1 in that top 5. I just love the guy. I love his music. I love his style. I love his lyrics. I love his instrumentation. Everything about him is amazing. And musically, he's just off the page, man. I love the way he writes. So we're going to go to that actually here in Charlotte as well. So a lot going on in Charlotte recently, which is kind of rare. That usually never happens. But nonetheless, we're going to take advantage and maybe even see, I heard wind of Leon Bridges coming through. So if that happens, that will be something to write home about. But in the meantime, we're gonna hold fast on Gregory Alan Isakov. If you have not heard his new album, Evening Machines, I should tell Alexa to play it. I won't, but you should tell your Alexa to play it because it's absolutely unbelievably beautiful. And I mean that in a way that like perfectly fits with wherever you are in life in this season of November. That album is going to be a soundtrack to wherever you are. It just makes everything around you seem more simple and beautiful, and yet you appreciate life more. And that's a hard thing to do as a musician through music. And he has totally achieved that. So enough of my rant. I'm going to get going on this, what did I call it? Caramel brulee. It's pretty damn good. They won't take these refillable cups if I have my my thing on it. It says Happy Camper, and she said, "Oh, you have to remove that." And I said, "What is that, against health code or something?" And she didn't know, but she just asked me to remove it. So I guess good job, Starbucks, looking out for the health code stuff. Can never be too careful. Never be too careful. All right, guys.